My name's Newton, and I have a crippling chess addiction. Welcome to Chess, a century-old game that separates the smart people and the stupid plebs. You know, chess is probably just a huge ploy created by the government to choose the actual competent people to lead this new generation. It's like a final selection of sorts. But hey, who cares about that? It's fun! The objective of this game is to put the opponent's king in checkmate. This means that the opponent's king have no way of avoiding your incoming attack. White will always move first. After that, the players will take turns making moves until the game ends. Each player has a countdown timer and they must win before that timer hits 0. When the king is being threatened, this is called check. The player will have to get out of check before doing anything else. This can be done in 3 ways. 1. Just run. 2. Block the check with another piece for free. Capture the piece that's checking you. The game is split into 3 sections: early game, middle game, and end game. In the early game, players must develop all their pieces and castle their king into safety as fast as possible. Middle game is kinda boring. Players just trade off pieces and try not to blunder. In the end game, players need to use their remaining pieces to try to get their pawns to promote to a queen. To end a game of chess, there are many ways. Checkmate, the opponent's king have nowhere else to run. Resignation, the opponents realize that it's futile and he's not as good as he thinks, and so he gives up. Flagging, the opponent has bad time management skills and runs out of time. In addition, there's also draw, which can also occur in many ways. Draw by agreement. Stalemate, when the opponents who have to move have no more legal moves to play. Draw by repetition, when the same position is repeated 3 times. And draw by insufficient material, when there is not enough pieces on the board to force a checkmate. Just like any other competitive game, there is an Elo Rating System that separates the pros from the regular plebs. Winning a game will increase your Elo, while losing a game will decrease it. If it is a draw, then your Elo will stay the same. There are many different pieces at your disposal. Each one works differently and are unique from each other. Pawn can move up to 2 squares on the first move. Can only move forward 1 square as the first move. They attack each square diagonally. Knight have a special quirk called jumping. They move in an L shape. Bishop moves diagonally as many squares as it likes. Each player has 2 bishops, one on the white squares and one on the black squares. Rook, it moves horizontally. Amazing. Queen, the strongest piece. Instead of being in the kitchen, it's out on the battlefield. It can move like a bishop or a rook. King, basically King Henry VIII. It's the most important piece, but it can only move 1 square in any direction that is probably obese. And that's all the pieces explained. You can also perform some special moves with these pieces. These are, first is castling. You can do this on both sides of the board. You can only castle if the king and the rook hasn't moved yet. Also, no pieces can be between the king and the rook on the side where you want to castle. Next is pawn promotion. When a pawn reaches the other side from where it started, it can get promoted, meaning it can turn into any other piece. Most common promotion is queen, but it can also turn into a knight, a bishop, or a rook. Finally, we have en passant. So, if the pawn's first move is 2 squares and lands next to the opposing pawn can capture this pawn by landing behind the pawn, taking the piece. Also, you don't have to be French to do en passant. Did you get any of that? Because if you don't, then too bad. Believe it or not, there are different game modes in chess. There are tons, but I'm only covering the ones featured on chess.com. It is on playerchess.com. Stop saying Elite Chess is better. It's not. They're literally the same. Here's the list in a nutshell. Traditional chess, the normal game. Players take turns moving their pieces with the goal of checkmating the opponent's king. 4-player chess. A larger board with 4 players. Red would make the first move and the next turns are decided clockwise. Crazy house. You can use the pieces you capture. Good for sneak attacks. Bug house. Crazy house with doubles. The pieces you capture will go to your teammates. Whoever checkmates the other first wins the game for the team. Duck chess. Chess but you're Trump. But unlike Trump, it's not a wall you're putting down, that's a duck. The duck blocks the square that it's on, which makes it impossible for the pieces to move to or through that square. Fog of War. Chess with the blindness 2 debuff. Have fun. Giveaway. Lose all your pieces will get stalemated to win. Atomic. Capturing a piece leads to an explosion that affects the surrounding pieces. Setup chess. Chess but you build your own formation. Horde. Chess but the peasants started to riot. Chaturaji, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Ancient Indian 4-player chess. 4-player chess max. 4-player chess but the king also needs to be captured. 4-player giveaway. This one's self-explanatory. Self-partnering. 4-player chess but you can play both sides of the team. In addition to these game modes, there is also the option to change the amount of time given to the players. The most common ones are Rapid, which is 10 minutes, Blitz, which is 3 minutes, and Bullet, which is 1 minute. I highly recommend staying off of Bullet. Trust me, I speak from experience. There are many different players playing this fun and entertaining game. First, we got the noobs, usually 100 to 400 Elo players. They will probably blunder their pieces within a few moves. They will accuse the better players of cheating. Using chess tricks and traps on them proves to be very effective. Next, we got the casual players. They're okay at the game, can win a couple of matches, and are out to just have a good time. Then we got the people who are out doing a little bit of trolling and tomfoolery. They're not interested in playing chess as much as doing stupid moves on their side of the board. Next, we got the people who are very smart but have poor time management skills. They probably drew 100 arrows on the board, analyzing each move possible before picking out the best move, but by then they will only have 1/5 of the time that you have. Next, we got the people who only have one trick up their sleeves. Dumb kids thinking that the opening trap they memorized will work on everyone. They will either get checkmated by their opponent and get bullied, or they will get some easy wins first, then get checkmated by their opponent and get bullied. Then we got the people who ate Taco Bell before starting the match. They will leave the clock running until it hits 0 as they need to take care of, business. Then we got the guys with the really good gaming setups that allows them to always make the best moves and have 100% accuracy. They usually get banned really quickly. Finally, you got the pros. They have memorized many different openings and know how to play all of them. They have read the art of war and are tactical geniuses. Sacrificing their pieces is just another Tuesday for them. They can see checkmate and 35 moves the moment you play your first move. They have transcended the limitations of a regular human and became literal gods. Now some simple tips and tricks so you can get better at the game and stop raging and destroying your computer. First, you gotta develop the pieces. This is important as they need to be off their starting squares to be more active and useful. The center squares in the middle of the board are the most important. Having your pawns and pieces controlling these squares can give you more options to attack and make threats. After developing the pieces, you can castle your king to safety. Next, you need to know how much each piece is worth. Knowing this can let you know when you should trade pieces. Trading a piece of lesser value for one with greater value will give you a material advantage, which makes it easier for you to attack and defend. Next, you gotta learn about the different tactics. These can be pins, which makes them unable to move a piece, skewers, which usually guarantees a free piece, forks, which attacks multiple pieces at once and makes the opponent question of their life decisions before saving one of the pieces. You gotta learn to spot these out. Finally, you gotta play chess puzzles. Chess.com has them, but it requires some microtransactions. And unfortunately for you, you're broke! Luckily, the puzzles on Chess are free. These puzzles will place you in situations in chess, and you are to make the best move in the situations. There are probably more chess strategies, but I'm too lazy to put them all in, so just watch a GothamChess video or something like that. Chess openings are like Pokemons. Each have a different fighting styles, and some are more better than the other. There are many different openings, each with their own unique ways to play. Openings like the Italian game, the Sicilian defense, and the French defense are the most common and most popular. My advice would be to first select 2 openings to use, one as white and one as black. You can learn more openings afterwards. I don't know. I guess there's internal carnage. I don't know what to say, man. There's always gonna be that one guy that has a better brain than you. So there you have it, a video on chess. Hopefully you learned something. If you didn't, well, at least there's chess videos online. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, yada yada. Now if you excuse me, I'm gonna go play some chess.